Apple has launched AirTags, small devices that you can use to track anything that you might not want to lose, like a set of keys, for example. These AirTags are very useful indeed, but there are privacy and security considerations you need to take into account.
So, Kate, how do AirTags actually work? Are they similar to Tile in that they use other users who are nearby to track the devices?
Yes, Davey, that's right. AirTags aren't the same as iPhones, for example. They don't have GPS enabled. There is no way of actually tracking their location of the actual devices. So the way it's done is through a crowdsourced network of other people's iDevices. This is for people who have opted in to Find My, which is what you use to find your Apple devices today. So that is how AirTags are therefore tracked. It's pings from other people's iPhones and from your own iPhone. You're helping, to find other people's AirTags, and your location is sent over an end-to-end encrypted connection to Apple servers, and all these locations together, when someone searches for the location of their AirTag, will give you the location of where it is.
So for the last few weeks, Kate, we've seen lots of stories in the media with people trying to find issues with these AirTags. So trying to find the ability to stalk or hack or track things they're not supposed to be tracking. I mean, what's the truth? What are the issues and what should people be wary of?
Security researchers found out by sending an AirTag in a post how it could be tracked along its journey. So what happened was a security researcher decided to put an AirTag in an envelope, send it to a friend and see what happens, tracking it from his iPhone. So basically, this AirTag was posted. He was able to see its journey as it reached towards his friend, which is pretty cool, pretty interesting, also pretty concerning that it could be tracked in this way. The reason it could be tracked is because everybody's iPhone forms a kind of a greater network to track these AirTags, which are Bluetooth connected. They're not GPS connected. So basically they have to ping people's iPhones, who then send the encrypted, end-to-end encrypted location data back to Apple, with then the person who's tracking is able to find the AirTag. So this AirTag reached the friend and he was able to find that this tracking data was actually pretty reliable. Interestingly, across its whole journey, he was able to see it mostly. When it arrived, his friend left it on the side. His friend did have an iPhone, but another concerning thing was, despite safeguards put in place by Apple to stop you from having unauthorized AirTags attached to your person in any way, the friend who the AirTag was sent to did not receive an alert to say there was an AirTag in his house. And this was despite the fact he was in the house with his iPhone all the time. So for 3 days, there was no alert on this AirTag. So therefore they were able to prove that it could be tracked in this way.
I've got this image in my head of, little kids listening to this and then trying to send a note to Father Christmas with an AirTag in, try and find out where all those letters actually go to. This could kind of kill the whole Father Christmas narrative. We need to be careful. Apple, you need to be careful.
That's a really good point, actually, Zach. We just to say to parents watching this that this is an over 18s video. I wouldn't be showing this to your kids because, you definitely don't want to be ruining Father Christmas for them. But yeah, it is a concern that this tracking is so accurate. And obviously this does bring into it stalking concerns. Apple had this in mind when it launched the AirTags, which is hence the fact that the safeguard I mentioned is in place to try and stop this from happening. But there are workarounds of this, and it's not as accurate maybe at the moment as it should be. So that should be a concern with AirTags as well. Any device that is portable in that way, that can be tracked, that can be attached to someone's iPhone, can actually be used to stalk someone, or can be used even by a controlling partner as well.
So what if you don't want to be part of this network? You don't want your iPhone to be part of the network that's detecting AirTags. Can you opt out of this?
Yes, you can. So best way to do that is to go into your Find My settings and basically opt out of Find My. So you can only do this if you don't use AirTags, obviously, because if you use AirTags, you need to use the Find My network to find your AirTags. So you're going to have to be involved in the crowdsourced network that is Find My. But if you're an iPhone user, and this does apply to all iPhone users, you should go into your settings, and if you don't want to be part of this, then you should disable Find My and don't use it. I don't use Find My. I've got no need for it myself. And if you care about your privacy, to bear in mind that this is done all very securely and anonymously, and if you trust Apple, who does have a fairly good reputation, then there shouldn't be any kind of real concern about being part of this Find My network. But if you really do care on principle about your privacy and being involved in this way, then you can opt out quite easily.